One app that I've made a couple iterations of over the past couple of years is an easy way to process multiple nested sheets in a quick manner. Let's go ahead and nest these parts onto a sheet like that. And we've got our quantities, and we'll just give it a big number for the sheet size. I got common cutting turned on. Also, I got my layout mode box checked so that on layouts like these on the report, that'll show me that I need to cut 3 of these sheets and 5 of these sheets, or whatever the end result ends up being. But this looks like a good place to stop. We'll hit stop and OK, of course. And since we've got common line cutting on here, I'm going to go to my cam tab, toolpath submenu, common. And let's see, we've got this set as sheet-wise, contour and separated, split by sheet, so I can just drag a box around multiple sheets. Click on OK, drag a box around here. And we've got our toolpath, that's all well and good. We can do our order button and set our individual 0 points for each sheet. So this is where things sometimes can get a little bit time consuming. With the standard process command, you do your process and you click on there and you save your CNC file. And then if you want to report, go to your nest report, or excuse me, your post-processor report. And I think people like this report because it shows the nest as well as the time. Scroll down, it's got the individual parts and times. So that's a nice thing for that report. Then of course you do the same steps for the other 2 sheets. Depending on if you're doing a lot of nesting, can be a lot of clicking. If you go to your nest tab, you've got the standard nest report where you can select multiple sheets, and we'll just do the standard report. People like this report because you can basically select the multiple sheets, get this report that gives a nice summary of what's on the sheets. However, this one, because it doesn't run the post processor, you don't get times on this report, you just get the layout and the quantity of the parts. So with this modified process app that I've written, hopefully it gives kind of the best of both worlds, where you can get a report like this very quickly that also shows the cutting times for the sheets. I haven't quite gotten to the point yet where it'll show the time for the individual parts, but at least it shows the time for the sheets. So let's back up a step here. So we've got our apps tab. I also wrote this little app here to make it easy to delete cut orders. If you don't have that, if you don't know, if you press E for the delete command and then you right click and you do quick filter, and in this pull down choose cut order and click on OK, you can then drag a box around and delete multiple cut orders in one fell swoop there. With this little app I wrote, basically does that same thing in the background and can get rid of a bunch of cut orders. The way my WordJet process app works, once you got your nest and your toolpath, start this, again give it a name, and then it's going to prompt you select sheets, drag a box around the sheets, and it'll go ahead and make the CNC files, a little confirmation that it's made the 3 sheets. And what it's also done is put information onto the sheet as far as the time. So we've got this time field now, which we can then pull up in the nest report. So now on the nest report, start that, drag a box around your sheets, hit enter, and I've got this new report template that pulls that additional time field. And so then on your summary page here, now you've got the time for the different sheets. And then on the following page, again, for each sheet it shows the time there. So as I mentioned right now, I'm not pulling the time for the individual parts. Probably work on that in the future, but I think probably this time here is of most interest to people. A couple things you'll need if you do want to be able to do this. Number one, from our akulu.wordjet.com page, which I've got pulled up here. So orjet.com, and then just to review that, go to search box, type in click on IGEMS, and then scroll down apps area. It's going to be this multi-sheet process. So you can download the WJ process list file, and then you can also download the template that I just showed, and then you'll want our most recent Orjet post-processor file, either the PPI or IPF file depending on what you're using. And basically what I'm doing in the post-processor is in the footer, each time it runs through there, at the end of the footer we've got these two lines here that write this information to a file called time.txt, and then when you do the Orjet process app, opens that and then reads the time, adds the times to a list, and then the new report template will read that list and assign the appropriate times to the sheets. That's the new process app. If you have any questions on that, let me know. Thanks.